Welcome everybody to our Saturday webinar with Jim Charles. It is March 28th, 2015, and today we have a couple of guests with Jim, Barbara and Will, and over on this side we have Brian, Casey, Guru, Dan, Hayan, Sure, and Slava.
I also have here with me Sandy and June.
Oh, Sandy and June, welcome. Welcome.
I don't think anybody's ever seen June. She should come over and wave and say hello. Yeah. So we have Barbara, Will, Sandy, and June here.
Jimmy, your cord is dangling over the microphone. Here you go.
Oh, I have to click it.
Okay. I want to remind everybody about on June 20th at 2 p.m. Jim will be attending an event called Close Encounters of the Eighth Kind. With it will be Jim, Rob, and Krista. What's her name? Riza.
I think I'm not sure. Is that pronounced Riza or Reza?
I'm not sure.
She wrote me back, but she never told me. I wrote her a note and asked her how to pronounce her last name, but she just wrote me a nice little note. But that's,
yes,
I guess
the event will be over 4 hours. Wow.
Yes, it'll be a 4-hour from 2 to 6.
What's the website address? Check it out.
And
Rob Goff.
And
wait,
and it will be $30. There we have a post on our website about it, and it links you to Rob's website where you can go and sign up. Also, Rob will be coming to our Saturday webinar on May 16th, so I'm sure everybody will be looking forward to that link.
Yeah.
So, anything else you would like to mention, Jim?
Just that he's making promos for the different things that we're doing, and they aren't quite out yet, but I got a preview of the one for the Close Encounters of the Eighth Kind, and it's awesome. It's an awesome advertisement. It's really, I was like blown away by it, sort of. His graphics designer is very good. So, it's going to be a real fun and spiritual thing. There's going to be a lot of good stuff there. So, that's all I wanted to say. I'm excited about it. I'm looking forward to that.
Well, I hope everybody should be fun.
Oh, it will.
And
I see a lot of different people here. I can't see it very well, but who do we have new in there?
I know. I guess, yeah.
Is that Adriana?
No, we have Casey.
Ina.
Oh, and Mary's here also.
Oh, Mary, hi.
Hello. Good morning.
Good morning.
Nice to see
He has
you
that
again.
lovely pyramid icon.
Yeah, and there's also Casey's. Let's see if we. There you go.
Oh,
we hear you now.
Ina. How are you, Ina?
No, that's Casey. Casey's the one talking.
It's not
now.
Ina?
No.
Oh.
No, Jim the triangle, that's me.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Okay.
All right, it says Ina.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okie dokie.
So we
Very
already
good.
have 17 viewers.
Yeah, I just touched her.
Which
or touched
is
her name.
That's a lot of people already waiting to see what happens. Not to put pressure.
Okay, very good. We're getting a little befuddled morning here. We're all sort of sleepy, and it snowed last night, and it's supposed to be spring. I think that's what threw me off, I think. It's but I want to welcome everybody today. Is there anything else, Sabrina?
No, I think that was it.
And I was cleaning my house at 10 o'clock last night because I had guests from Syracuse. So I was putting together the webinar last night at 10 o'clock. So I'm a little tired this morning because I couldn't go to sleep right away.
Well,
you know how you get wired up whenever you're working and stuff. So
yeah.
So I was laying in bed saying prayers and different things last night, and I heard a sound in the hallway, and I was listening. Usually by that time of night I'm asleep, and I heard a sound in the hallway, and I was going, it could be from the other side. It could be from the next door neighbor's side. So I wasn't really paying too much attention to it, but it was like I could hear like voices, and it sounded like from the other side of the wall because it sounded a little muffled, but then I realized it was in the hall, and I didn't get up. I just was listening really closely, and I heard like if you drop a toothbrush, what it sounds like on the floor.
Yes.
That it sounded like there was toothbrushes dropping on the floor in the hallway, like plastic, a little bouncy plastic sound. So I didn't think too much of it at first, but I started to realize that there was somebody out in the hall. So I sat up and looked in the hall. I didn't see anything. So I laid back down and I go, well, it still could be from the other side, for my neighbor's side. So
Or from the other side.
yeah, from the other side. So I go, it's not the first time I've ever heard anything like that before. So, and then it went downstairs. I heard it go down. It didn't make the same sound on the steps because there's wood floor in the hall, and the carpet is covered. So it sort of made it sounded like a dog walked down the steps. You know how a dog, when they walk down the steps, it goes.
Yes. And I'm
sort of
glad
like that.
you can tell the story.
They don't just walk. They sort of go down, and you hear all four of their feet the whole way down. So then I knew that there was somebody there, for sure, because that I could hear pretty plainly. So I had a visitor last night. I have no idea who, but it definitely sounded like more of an animal type of being than bipedal. Could be one of our dog friends, but it sounded like it was touching on 4 feet. So, or it could have been two bipedals or one quadruped. So, who knows what it was? I didn't see it. So.
Well, Jim, I'm glad you can tell the story like that calmly. I don't know that I would be that calm.
Well, you have to understand that since I started channeling about 7 or 8 months after I started channeling, started getting pretty much regular visitations, but none of them are usually upstairs. They're usually down here, fishing through my stuff down here, in the downstairs. So it's like I hear them downstairs all the time, but never up. I every now and then upstairs, but not very loud. So, and that was just one of the times it was pretty obvious that they were upstairs. So I thought I'd share that with you. Maybe it's Metrolamas. I'm not sure.
Oh, but they
But I
didn't
thought
let
that he
you
was
know.
bipedal.
They didn't let you know who it was.
But my understanding was that they were bipedal. But I'm sure that they get on all fours to run fast if they have to, because they're a dog species. All right. Anybody out there want to make any requests?
Actually, yes. Next week it's Passover, the big Jewish holiday. Maybe we can bring Moses along to tell us the true Exodus story. I'm sure most of you are familiar with that story.
Okay. Moses?
Yes, and I'd like to invite either someone from Girk Fitneer or anyone else who knows and is allowed to speak on the matter with, well, regarding the meeting with the earthly governments. I want to know if, if they're safe and the projects are allowed to continue and things like that.
Okay.
All right, so I guess Tekkrr.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Someone.
Yeah, they spoke on it a couple times to different peoples and groups, but still a lot of people are still asking about that. So yes, okay.
Yes, maybe Tekkrr, maybe Tekkrr.
Okay,
Yeah.
Tekkrr? Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna encourage Tekkrr because Slava requested it, and he does a lot of work for us. So.
Oh, Slava, thank you so much. He does do. You and Rowie and Sabrina, you do so much work for us as well. And there's some people behind the scenes that do work as well. Peter and
Yes.
Saphira does a lot of work behind the scenes, and Danny. There's so many.
Yeah.
I really, really appreciate it. You're the guys that really keep this going, because I'm often running around. I'm either at the store or running off and here and there, or doing channelings or Reiki or whatever. So if the site depended on me to run it, it would be in little tiny pieces by now. So thank you all so much for your hard work and effort. I really appreciate it, because as you know, I'm sort of computer, not completely illiterate, but it might as well be Braille at some point. So.
But you're learning. You're learning.
Yeah, I'm learning. And Will is helping me very much as well. And Francine does her bit whenever she can as well. So I thank everybody for all your efforts. Will helped me get the video out to Rob Gauthier that was necessary for the advertisement for June 20th. So thank you very much for that. We spent 3.5 hours? 3.5 hours, and when we discovered what to do, it took like 15 minutes. So that's the kind of thing that happens. 3.5 hours of learning, discovering, and then going, oh, it's so easy.
Oh, see, I thought that it was because you were trying to get it so professional that you took that many takes.
Well, it was done in one take.
Well, there's a reason why, because he came through and just said, I know what to do.
Well, it was a Lakesh take, because that's who they invited to the event on June 20th. They invited Lakesh, and we had said to him, when he comes, we need a commercial, sort of. And he's going, commercial? Okay. And so when he got here, he goes, you have asked me to do a commercial, and I know exactly what to do. And he went, and we sent it to Rob, and he goes, wow, you nailed it.
Yes. Oh, well,
and
Lakesh,
it was Lakesh, though. Lakesh knew exactly what he wanted to say. So it was so funny, because he didn't really waste any time, did he?
No.
The whole video is like 3 minutes and 28 seconds long, and he just told them what he wanted to talk about, and that's it.
Yeah. I would also invite Lakesh today. He wants to,
Yes.
but yeah.
So anyway, enough of that. I will see who
Yes.
comes. I will have a wonderful. So it's Tekkrr and Moses. That's all who was asked for today.
Yeah, and
Anybody,
Lakesh.
anybody from Fendorian civilization.
Oh yes,
Fendorian. Fendorian. Okay,
Yes,
Fendorian.
the Fendorians. Yeah, they haven't come again. We don't know if the
Oh, they
ship
have
is
not.
got
Have they
here.
ever come?
I saw it.
Yes.
Have
I
they?
saw a
Oh,
mothership. I saw a mothership about 2 weeks ago, and I have a feeling maybe it was Fendorian.
Fendorian. I don't know. Have the Fendorians spoken, Sabrina, yet?
Yes. They came.
Who came through?
One came once. I don't remember the name. Does anybody remember?
Okay.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Well, we'll see who comes through.
Yep.
Anybody here in the room? Okay. Alrighty. I'll see you all later. Thanks for your patience. And we will start. I will see you in a little bit. Yeta. I am Tekkrr.
Welcome, Tekkrr.
Greetings.
Hello. Hello, Tekkrr.
How are you? I see there are some in the room as well. Greetings. Are there questions
Greetings,
for me?
Tekkrr.
Yes, we will start with Slava.
Slava. Thanks.
Hello. Hello, Tekkrr.
Greetings. What is your question?
First of all, I would like to thank you for coming. Thank you so much.
You
I
are
would
welcome.
like to ask.
There is an interference with a ship. One moment, please. It is not one of ours. Can you speak up, Slava? The sound of an
Slav, are you there?
He is being blocked. It's an intentional block. There is some reason why they are keeping him from
Okay.
being directed to Jim.
Slava, can you please type your questions on the side? We'll go on to somebody else, and then I'll read your questions.
He's been blocked by the mail as well.
Ina,
Tekkrr.
you could go next.
Can you hear me?
Who am I speaking to?
Hi, this is Ina.
Ina. Yes.
Yes, this is the first time I speak to you, and it's a great honor. Thanks for coming.
It is an honor to speak to you as well.
Um,
Namaste.
I'd like to know in regards of the meeting with the government,
Yes.
if Girk Fitneer is safe now and can continue to do all the work just as before the meeting, or if there's any trouble in that area.
Let me give you an update. I have done this a few times now. However, not everyone still knows. Yes, our meeting was successful in many different areas. They no longer have weapons pointed at us, but it took 18 hours for them to move the weapons away from pointing at us, if you will. However, we showed many signs of good intentions with medical help and things of this nature and other kinds of help that are technological, however, not far advanced from them, but that were very helpful to them as leaders. And they were able to understand that we were in a good position to help them with the weather, the seismic, and the volcanic. And therefore, they did permit us to continue, and they did take the weaponry away. However, we also did expose some reptilians in the higher areas that were causing problems and did not get there by an honest means. And therefore, they were under the jurisdiction of the Federation and the galaxy rules and were removed quietly. The other point was that site-to-site transfers were the very big issue of the day. They still have many fears and concerns about site-to-site transfer, one being that we are breaking the rules by actually just taking someone from the Earth because they consider that interaction with Earthlings. Now, technically, it is not interactionally. It's sort of a gray area because the only interaction is for them to be taken. We are not really talking to anyone in that state or particular time. And we would only talk to them on the ship or wherever they were beamed to. However, they also do not like the fact that people would be leaving your planet. They do not like the fact that it could be discovered that there are people missing for hours at a time. And this causes a great fear, not only fear, but mistrust, because they feel that other people would not be able to return. Or if there was a problem, they may not want to return. Some people would want to stay on the ship and not return to their planet. However, we have guaranteed that if they come, it is to be agreed that they have to return. But they did not trust this as well. There are many small points around these main areas that there are questions and things of that nature, and things that could be pointed back to the governments. People believe that the government has much control, especially those who do not believe in aliens. So they would point their finger at the government and say, there are people missing. What are you going to do about it? And therefore, I find that to be almost a laughable situation because they could say almost anything. However, they do not want to have to deal with something else, if you understand that. And it could be a great matter, but we would not make it a great matter. The thing is, we would be as careful as possible, but they still do not believe in the wisdom of alien thought patterns. So, is there any more that you would like to know about?
I was actually just wanted to know if Girk Fitneer is safe and if the projects can continue in the colonies and, you know, our interaction and everything. So
Yes.
that calms me down.
Yes. Everything can go on as it is now. There are a lot more people going to the colonies, now over 200. But we have made room and added 3 extra colonies that are similar to the first colony. So 1, A, B, and C will be able to do telepathic work with more people at once. So we had to get some more teachers from outside Girk Fitneer's specialty areas, if you will. So that is happening, and so now people will still go in the astral state to visit the planets or the colony ones or whatever. That will not change.
Okay, great. So to sum up, you were able to help the government to remove the control of the reptilians?
There were 3 that were removed that were there illegally. There are others that are there legally because they took the time to do it legally.
Okay.
That's a whole nother discussion.
Okay.
However, they are moving toward war. And
geez.
the reptilians are happy about this situation, but we are not. Of course, we must make sure this timeline continues to exist, so nothing global will happen in that sense. However, we do sense that there's not much we can do to stop the elevation of what is happening at this time.
And we as a community, can we do something to prevent these wars, except of raising our vibration?
If I can think of something, or if we find some area of sensitivity within the building of this, it's a machine of war, we will let you know.
Thank you. That would be great. All right. Yeah, I don't want to take other people's time, so thank you so much, Tekkrr. Thank you for the information.
And I hope others got information from that.
Yeah, I'm sure.
There are those that are still going site to site places, but it is not us that is doing it. And they do have written permission slips and things of that nature, but if the governments find them, they will have it stopped.
In terms of the site-to-site Tekkrr, I don't know if it was you that mentioned that there's a meeting in April.
There is a meeting in April for just this purpose, to speak about the site-to-site transfers, yes.
But somebody was asking, they wanted to know the date. I don't know if you can...
The date has not been solidified at this point, but it will be at the end of the month.
Okay. Thank you. Slava, would you like to try again?
Slava, are you there?
Not really. All right.
As you can hear, there's interference and it is intention.
Yeah. Okay.
I am sorry, Slava. I would have,
Slava, why don't you mute yourself, and I will ask the questions for you, because I don't seem to be able to.
I would have loved to speak to you, Slava.
I know. Slava said he wants to know. He said, Tekkrr said that I am blocked by a man. Strange. Okay, my question is, did Tekkrr speak with Targa, my hybrid child, and did he like the human name?
Targa likes the human name, yes. And speaking with Targa has given me some insight because he is much like you.
Okay, and the other question he had was, I would like to give a human name to my Arcturian child.
Wonderful.
Mira, Mirra.
Wonderful, thank you.
Okay, Casey is next. Oh, wait, there's something else here. About 2 years ago, I remember meeting with a being. He was about 6 feet tall, and he had very white skin. The face had some human appearance, but not, I guess, not very much. The hand was a little bit bigger than the human hand, and he didn't have hair. I remember he stayed very close. We stayed very close to each other, and we looked at each other's eyes. I remember his eyes. They were very beautiful and shiny in different colors of blue. His eyes were like the universe. It was very beautiful. I don't know if you can tell him anything about that experience.
Well, there have been similar experiences all over the world with similar beings. But right now, the most important thing is that you were able to see and experience the energy between the two of you. It was an exceptional experience, yes? They are telling me that I should not go into detail about this experience, but that in some other time a name will be given. But right now, I do know the names and the reasons, but I am not allowed to speak of it at this moment. But it was a very good and spiritual experience.
He said, "Is it a soul aspect of his?"
In some ways, that is correct. But in other ways, it is not. It appears that you know the answer to the question.
Oh, yes.
That is fine.
Okay.
So we'll talk later, Slava.
Yes.
Yes, go ahead, Slava.
Yeah.
Ask more.
Yeah. It is personal, that's why I did not say.
I remember I was in the room. There was one human, maybe Pleiadian, and I believe there was 2 reptilians. And then I see my face in the mirror, and it was very unusual. I had yellow eyes. Was not very big, and my skin was green.
You are seeing yourself in a past life situation. There are many lives that are alien, but you prefer not to watch those lives or learn from those lives because they're not usually third dimensional. However, that one seems like it may be a third dimensional past life.
Yes.
Therefore, you were seeing yourself in a situation with some other species at that time. And we're not in the fourth dimension, but we're drawing some interesting parallels to fourth, fifth, and sixth dimension through the fourth dimension, because the Pleiadians were fourth dimensional in that dream, but you were not.
Yeah, because he says that he might have looked like a reptilian, but he's not sure.
You was third dimensional. Reptilian, yes, there were reptilians in the room, but you were not of the same species of reptilian that those ones that were in the room.
Okay, he said his face was very interesting and wonderful. I saw beauty in the eyes. It was an interesting experience for him.
You were actually a more advanced species than the species of reptilians that were in the room. So, but do not be alarmed. It was just a past life experience, and it helped you to become less fearful of those that you will contact in the future.
Anything else, Slava? Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you for your heart, all of you. Let the light always be in your heart. Much love.
Much love to you, Slava, and namaste. Thank you for helping with this endeavor.
Yes, thank you, Slava. Casey?
Hello, Tekkrr.
Casey, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I am very well, thank you.
I had a question regarding me and my two sisters. I was wondering if we've ever been to the colonies or had extraterrestrial contact.
I can see that you are a hybrid just by looking at your face.
Whoa, fantastic. So,
and so could you.
Oh, absolutely. Came on.
Yes.
Early on.
And very well. That is, we shall discuss that at another time. What was the questions with your sisters?
I was wondering if they had been to the colonies.
One moment. What are their names?
Tiffany and Brandy Cruz.
Yes. Just recently.
Fantastic. Which one was there recently?
Tiffany.
Ah.
Tiffany was most recent, but Brandy came shortly afterwards.
Fantastic. How recent was that?
Within the week.
Oh, fantastic.
The human week, of course, not our week.
Yes, of course. And I was also wondering if, as a hybrid, if I had hybrid children.
Not yet. However, your DNA is very strong. Oh my goodness. Your hybridization is very strong, and you will have. I'm surprised how strong it is.
Oh, wow.
Actually, what is it that you feel in your body that is different than humans? Because you are not quite all human.
What else am I exactly?
Do you really want me to say?
Yes, I do.
There is much reptilian in you.
Very interesting.
There is much reptilian in you. However, it is the good kind,
Exactly.
and it is not the negative kind, and it is very strong within you.
Actually,
I must say that you have. Let me just be still for a moment. Look at the eyes. Can you see it in the eyes? I can. Yes. We all can see it.
Cool.
No. From the very second that you came on the screen, I could see that you were reptilian in nature. However, not the bad reptilians, but you have strength of character.
Absolutely.
You have much, you're strong. You're very strong.
Thank
And
you.
you are very much, you can force your way into a situation in such a way that it is, everyone agrees that it should be that way. You are very much of a manipulator in the sense that to bring good to people, you manipulate yourself into the situation and make it better.
I wish I to.
You are an energetic being. I am so very surprised how strong you are.
Well, I feel I did come back to Earth.
No question. No question.
Very interesting. Thank you, Tekkrr.
What else would you like to know?
I would like to know how much contact do I have with my reptilian self and other beings?
The very fact that you are talking about your sisters and finding out about them shows that your character is of a good nature. You are concerned about them and want them to have the best experience. Also, you are closely related to Starseeds in several systems. We shall talk about that later. But the closest relationship to you is Orion.
Orion.
Yes.
Interesting.
Do you feel that as well?
Yes.
There is someone that wants to speak to you. One moment.
Oh my god. Welcome.
1 minute. Yeah, all right. I'm okay now. I wanted to say welcome. I have not seen you before.
This is
My name is Grindel.
Nice to meet you, Grindel.
You are from my species, I think.
And
You're very close to my species. We're more neutral now than we used to be, but you're a lot more friendlier than... I think that the human side of you is real prominent as well. But your reptilian side, very strong, very interesting. You have a lot of insight, and you're very analytical about some things, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
Yes, you are. Yeah. Look at those eyes wide open. Wow. Yeah. You're gonna be somebody of interest in the future. So that's why you found us.
Very good. I was wondering if I was going to be someone who gets to personally contact and get you knowledge of the human race.
Oh, don't worry, dearie. You're gonna get more than that. You're gonna get more than that. Don't worry. A lot more. So it's but I just wanted to come and say hello while Tekkrr let me.
Hello. I'm happy you came.
You're welcome, but I'm not staying. I can't stay. This is Tekkrr's time, but I just want to say hello because I really wanted to meet you, so she was
All right.
grateful and generous, whatever the word is. Yeah. She was nice. How's that? Nice.
All right.
So, I will talk to you some other time.
Yes, I look forward to it.
Okay. I'll bring back Tekkrr. It's just a tail. Don't worry. I'm not growling. It's yeah. Thank you. Uh, what do you want, Shaw? I have returned.
Welcome back to Tekkrr. I have one more
Thank
thing
you.
from Slava.
Yes.
He said about a year ago, when you first talked about my hybrid children, my body began to extremely shake and vibrate, and the heartbeat was very strong, and the whole body vibrated in this beat. And someone said to him, "Believe in your heart." It's like I channel myself. It was wonderful, a wonderful experience, and I would like to thank you.
You are welcome. You are a person of great heart and giving. You want to share your love and your experiences with all of mankind, but you're starting with your mother and those close around you. We are grateful for that because the energy of your giving moves out beyond just the people that you touch.
Guru Dan, you had a question?
Hello, yes, I have two questions. The first question is, I remember visiting the colony, but I don't remember what my status was at the colony. I think like I have a position or something, and I was wanting to ask about that, and then I have another question after that if there's time.
Who am I speaking to?
This is Guru Dan. They just call me Dan here on the
Ah,
site.
I understand. Yes, you do have a position at the colony, but you just got it. It's not something that has been there for a long time. But you have raised yourself in the telepathic area, and you feel that very strongly in your human life as well.
Yes.
And so you are helping those around you to work with their telepathy, and you are a kind and patient teacher.
Well, I
And
know it
therefore,
takes time.
you are a kind and patient teacher, therefore many listen to you. And that is why you were given the position. It was seen in you that you could teach it to some of those that might not understand it as well and bring them into your thought processes.
Okay, good. That's good. I feel good about that.
Yes,
The other
you
question
should.
I had was a long time ago, back in the 80s, I had gone to stay with my uncle for a little while, and I had stepped outside, and I thought I saw a triangular ship, and then aboard the ship were these kind of insectoid kind of beings, and it really startled me. It scared me, and I'm wondering if you have any information on what that was all about.
The insectoids were visiting in the 80s, but they left in the 90s, but have returned in the 2000s. The reason why they were here then is they thought that it could be manipulated, that the planet could be possibly theirs. There was very much less pollution back then, and there was much more natural processes. They were responsible for the loss of some of your bees, but
Oh,
they have
okay.
returned them because now they have learned how to live with them. 𝗪𝗘𝗧𝗡𝗧, 𝗪𝗪𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧 𝗪𝗘𝗧. They are what? You did see insectoids, yes.
Okay.
But they were
Alrighty.
checking out the planet and the population. They would want the planet for themselves. However,
Well,
that they know will never happen.
I felt that they took a DNA sample, and I felt that they wanted the information. They were quizzing me about information that they said I had that I wasn't aware that I had, about Alpha Centauri and a couple of other places that I recall. But I remember their ship. I mean, I could see it with my physical eyes, but it scared me that you could see it and not even see it because it just blended into the night sky so well. It was startling. I thought, wow, you know, they could be anywhere. They could be right anywhere, and nobody would ever see them.
And they wanted to let you know that. And yes, they did take a DNA sample, and they actually took you with them for a short period.
For just a little trip, yeah. It didn't take long, but they kind of put me back. But when they put me back, they didn't put me back exactly where they found me, because I thought I was over by the fence, and they put me like back in my bed.
Yes, they took you for a very short time. They found what they needed to know for you. You did not give them any information about Alpha Centauri. There was another place that, however, you did give them information about, that they shared with the galaxy because they were proud to extract it. However, it was not important to maintain the timeline, but something of a galactic interest.
Okay. Alrighty. Yeah, I just wondered about that. Thank you so much for that clarity and input. And that's all I have.
You are welcome.
Thank you, everybody.
Continue to do the things that you are doing. Your spirituality has grown much recently. It has taken a new understanding, if you will, of some things. It is grasping a higher end of another dimensional thought pattern.
Well, I forget who told me to relax. I've just been more relaxing and not trying to make it happen, just more in spending more time in an allowance phase. Just it'll come when it's ready to come. I've been trying to slow down and just relax a little bit. And
this is wise advice. The allowing is the most important thing, in the sense that if you are not aware of the allowing or subconsciously not allowing, not much will happen interdimensionally or with other species, because they respect that space. Now, many people are allowing and they don't even know it, and others are not allowing and they don't even know it. So your very perception of allowance is helping you move into a new dimensional era, a new space of thought and understanding, which you will find very interesting for your growth, because you are someone that needs the grounding up through the fourth dimension, and then you will be able to bring back messages that are very important.
okay, that's the part that's really exciting me. That's the part that I'm looking forward to. Sometimes I get a little frustrated that I don't really sense it's happening yet, but I think it is happening. If it's just taking its time.
Just move forward. Just continue to allow. When you force it or get upset about it, that blocks it completely.
Yeah, and then I need to just relax again. Yeah.
Just relax.
Catching myself relax. Yes.
Be who you are and meditate in intention that you become your perfect self within all the dimensions that are available to you. But maintain that you were born into the third dimension, because that is the dimension that you will be teaching in. You understand that?
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
The teaching is in the third dimension because that's the dimension you were born in. But you can bring some information from other dimensions that will help you and your students, if you will, to learn about the things of ascension in a way that others have trouble learning. It will open up to you, but just let it. Do not become frustrated. Let the frustration, name it, and rid yourself of it now, because your patience is of the utmost importance at this time. You
Will there
must
be more?
wait for it, because it will come at the time when you are most ready for it, and it will burst forth within you.
Will there be more students coming? Because I feel best when I'm kind of talking to people and sharing. I'm
There
really
will
enjoying the sharing. So there will be
There
more
is no
coming?
doubt that when you have reached a certain level of understanding in the fourth dimension grounded through the third, you will be getting people that will want to speak to you. Your energy will draw them, just as this energy draws those that need to find this place.
Right. Okay. They'll be drawn. Okay. Thank you, Tekkrr. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Continue.
Sure. Is he here? Yeah.
Hey, Tekkrr, how are you?
I am well, but I am a little sad for you
Ah, why?
because of the outcome of the political arena. I know it
It's
was not what you expected, but it was, you must understand that that was fixed.
yeah, I kind of got the general idea. I had some notion about it.
The very
Ah,
the very day that it was announced early that a certain candidate won was a great indication that it was fixed, because the votes were not completely in.
yeah, but it's okay. He will
It
gonna
will,
ruin the government and once again.
but I knew
Uh,
that you would understand. But I just wanted to say, I could not tell you at that time, but all that I said was, the person that would win will continue the timeline, I believe was what I said. And that
yes.
is true, but the other candidate would not have affected the timeline either. It's just the way it has to be right now, but things will change.
Yes, hopefully.
Yakapa. Continue. I am sorry I
Yes.
interrupted your questioning.
It's okay. Um, I want to ask if I completed my Syrian infusion and if I started the new and super infusion.
No, not yet. The Syrian is going in slower because you have other ones that are already activated. So we have to be very careful when there's many activations to take it slowly. I thought the Syrian would go in faster than it is going in. However, with all the other hybridizations being new to your body and being just recently activated, some caution must be taken.
Okay, but afterwards I will begin the new one?
Yes, but let us just concentrate on getting through the Syrian at this time.
No, I'm feeling great, so no
Yes, you
complaints
are
on
feeling
this side.
good. The Syrian will make you feel much lighter in your thought processes, and actually might make you even question why you're feeling good sometimes. Or it may even change your thought processes. You may become slightly different, but I will explain that to you another time.
Yes.
I see that it is affecting you in a very interesting way, differently from some others that have taken the Syrian. So it is not activated, but the hybridization process is showing us some interesting things that it could bring to you. I'm saying could because it's not activated.
Afterwards I will do the fusion that I was approved to?
Yes.
Okay. I would just ask if there's anything new about the hybrid children, and I will let others speak.
Your hybrid children are in the process.
Okay,
Actually, just
the one.
one right now, but it is in process.
I'm
Yes.
sorry, you were. Tell me again.
Process. 𝗪𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧. Yes, you have a hybrid child within process.
Lyran?
Yes.
Ah, okay. I would like to name him after one of my protectors.
And that would be what?
Because it's from came to protect me, and he's a Lyran and human in fusion, some hybrid would be appropriate.
Many of your words were missing.
When the time comes, we will name him. There's time for that.
I see. You will name him when the time comes. Is that what you said?
Yes. I see that others want to ask questions, so thank you very much, and we will speak soon.
Bless you.
Bless you too.
Mary?
Hello, Tekkrr.
Mary, how are you?
Fine, how are you?
I am well.
I have two questions.
Yes.
I would like to know about the spaceship that I saw about 2 or 2.5 weeks ago.
Yes.
More information.
All right.
Who are
First
they?
of all, it was one of our ships, one of the three ships around your particular part of the world, yes, which is the United States. But it was not the ship that I am in. But yes, you did see it for a short period of time.
Yes.
And they were near you because of something that was happening with the weather. But they were moving on. We're just checking that particular area at that time. Because there was possible weather conditions that were going to be severe, but they were able to limit them.
Oh, I see.
But to be able to see them meant that your fourth dimensional energy was very high. Did they appear to be solid?
Well, they were kind of solid. That's why I could see them. They were moving.
Yes. Yes.
They were.
That's what I thought. Your fourth dimensional energy was very strong at that time. You perceived them as being solid instead of some people with the fourth dimensional energy is lighter, perceive them as more ghost-like.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't like that.
Very good.
It was
Then
more.
that
It
means
was
your
more
fourth
solid.
dimensional energy brought them into the present. Yes.
Wonderful. Thank you.
You're welcome.
My
What
other
was your
question.
question?
I'm sorry.
Continue.
Yes. There seems to be increasing plane crashes lately on Earth. Is there any involvement or manipulations from others than humans?
We have just recently discovered that the recent crash of a German aircraft was due to an alien influence, but we weren't certain of that at first. It would have appeared that it was a suicide, taking many people with him, as they said that the information on the recordings that they recovered was that the co-pilot locked the pilot out of the cockpit and then crashed the plane. However, the co-pilot was not in the frame of mind to fly the plane because he was being controlled by an alien outside force. We now know that. He did not have mental diseases or problems, and therefore it made no sense to us that he would crash the plane. And he was very young as well. So we determined by some of the energies that were detected in the crash that there was an outside force that paralyzed or took over the body of the co-pilot.
Could you say from who was involved?
It is not yet fully determined, so I cannot say to you as that yet. But we are still analyzing the energy. We know that it could be from at least a few different species, because some species have very similar energy, and the energy has deteriorated in that body. However, when we discover fully, we will let you know. But we do suspect some, what you would call, foul play.
Actually, Tekkrr, now you say that, I actually said that yesterday. I suspected it to be so.
Very good.
That
The
also
information is coming from many places in the galaxy now, because they have realized that the energy has been discovered.
Yes, that also confirmed my intuition that I never believed the media, what they say about the co-pilot.
Of course, they cannot say that they believe that there was alien influence.
And could you also say that what is their purpose?
The purpose of that crash, that there were two people on there that were highly skilled in areas that they would not want them to continue their work.
Yes.
Do you
Thank
have
you,
any?
Tekkrr.
Okay.
You are
Hyan?
welcome.
Hello, Tekkrr. Much love.
Much love, Hyan.
Do I have any hybridizations going on or planned?
Hyan, I think yours have all been completed, and if we are checking to see if another is plausible, but you're another one that has many.
Yes.
We'll get back to you on that. I believe you do not have Sirian. Do you have Sirian yet?
No.
I did not think so.
I could take some of that.
One that might be able to be given to you because it's lighter.
Mm.
Continue.
Yeah, my cat just popped up here.
What happened?
My cat just popped up here.
Yes, did you feel my reaction to that?
Yeah.
I felt the cat, he spoke to me, so.
Yeah, he actually went to the microphone and purred. So, when cats run away and they navigate themselves back, how are they navigating? Because it seems that
navigating on energy sources and food sources. They are very good at instinctively finding what they need. Now, sometimes they find a food source that's larger than what they discovered that they thought they wanted. And sometimes that can lead to their demise. or another food source finds them first. But at this point, your kitty cat,
Yes, my kitty cat.
they call it kitty cat, your cat, has gone to the stones.
Oh. Oh my. Cool.
And that is why he greeted me and startled me.
Hmm. Okay, I've been planning on taking him there.
Yes,
Yes, I
he
will.
enjoys it there. He startled me when he said that he'd been to the stones. That's what he said. I went to the stones.
Okay. So they have like they feel the energy of the house they live in, and then it's like a beacon for them, and they can just follow that.
There was a reason for him to go to the stones and to let me know that. It was actually a bit of a shock. There's more information there than you understand. But right now, I will try to bring it into my system and analyze it through my equipment because it's a greater message than what he just actually said.
Okay.
When a cat speaks, there's sometimes outside messages and symbolism that I need to understand. And with an earth cat, they can be very different than what I am used to.
And do you, in your... Oh yeah, you don't have a planet in that way. But do you... I guess if you are in a planet that has cats... Oh, never mind. So, the canine and the feline race, have they had a history together?
There is communication, yes. And it is not like you would expect. Your dogs and cats sometimes do not get along, as
Yes.
we do because we are sentient and understanding of war and peace. We choose peaceful representation, although their smell does bother us.
Oh yeah, okay.
And they must smell you.
Yeah.
It's an annoying thing for us, but that is all right.
Yes. Okay, so you have had both positive and negative history together.
No, just positive. We just have a positive existence together. There are just some parts of protocol that we find a little uncomfortable.
All right. Okay, I'm done. Thank you.
Much love, Hayan.
Much love, Tekkrr.
Yaka, Karyantata, Shititi Mamosho.
Tekkrr, I have two questions from Sanaya. One, she wanted to know, before you came here, what planet did you come from?
I actually was on Era for a very long time.
Okay.
But I also came from that is not my origin planet, but I was there for what you would call 38 years on this planet. And then I came to the ships. But before that, I was on my original planet of Fendorians. That is what we call it. It is also a planet of different species.
Okay. But there's a lot of Lyrans there?
The population of Lyrans is high there, probably about 20%.
Now, are the ones that look more like lion-like, are those also considered Lyrans, or are they called something else?
They are called something else. However, we are in relationship DNA-wise. We do have a relationship there.
And what are they called?
They did not say. They did not tell me to say, I should say.
Okay. Okay.
But yes, they said their name has been spoken before, but they do not want it to be spoken at this time.
Okay, because somebody
They're
had
going
posted.
through some rituals right now, and they are going through some changes in their thought processes as far as Earth is concerned, and so they would rather be neutral at the moment before they decide to be active with your planet or with your people.
Okay, because someone had posted something on Human Colony about a recording of somebody from that species.
That is possible, yes.
But we weren't.
They spoke to several people and then withdrew.
Okay. The other question is from Saphira, and she says that there's a lot of talk of World War III starting this summer or a bit later, centered around Russia and then the Ukraine. Do our ET friends see this also about to happen, and what would they do if nuclear weapons began to be used here on Earth as a result of the war?
Unfortunately, we do see an escalation in your warlike behavior in that part of the world. Our concern is it is going to include the Middle East. That would make it much worse. And there are signs that it could, but we are trying to keep them separated from a distance as much as possible, because the interest from the Russian area to the Middle East and its oils and things of that nature are very high. And it would make them a world power to be able to control it.
But it's the probability, is that really high, or?
The probability of war is 68%.
Okay. Now.
But we see that it could escalate to a higher percentage even shortly.
So what does that mean for the ascension?
You will continue to ascend because you are not part of that. Your vibrations will continue to move forward. Your vibrations are stronger than the vibrations of war. It can split right through it. It can run right through it. It can affect people even in those areas of great demise. So do not be deterred. Deterred.
Oh, deterred.
Because your energy will save the timeline. 𝗖𝗢𝗡𝗧𝗧. It is up to you to save the timeline, all of you, to gather together, make your hearts bright, move that energy out into the world, make it into a cutting knife through the darkness, to show people light who have none at this time. It will continue to move forward this way, because as the light gets brighter, the dark gets darker. It is the balance, the way it is on your planet. It has been set that way by many, many entities and spirits. So do not be afraid. That is right. You create no war. Create it in your world. And therefore, you will be living in the light. No matter what is outside the light, it will be not part of you.
Okay. Thank you, Tekkrr.
It
Nitrous?
is a dire place, the world you live in. And if you accept the direness of it, then you become part of the dire part. If you do not accept it, if you do not believe in it, then you must send the light to it.
So
Send the
does
light around yourself. You will have to make yourself a beam of light first before you can help others. But the very fact that you are creating light within yourself does help others because it emanates out from you. Light cannot stay hidden if it's strong. Even if you put it under a bushel, the bushel will become transparent with light. Every crack and crevice will move with the light, the brighter it becomes. It is hard for you to understand this concept, but continue to be bright lights in the world.
Yeah, because
it is strong.
I believe I was talking to Yahyel about how do you, because you see certain things and you want to do something about it, but then some are of the concept of just bring into your reality what you want, but there's also people in need. So how do you balance the two things?
It is easy. You bring the light in yourself and you help the others. The light continues to flow out of you as long as your energy is positive. It comes from the very essence of your being. And so there is no need for balance. It will balance you. If you are helping others and you are in the right intention, there is no need for balancing. The balance will be there.
Yeah, because others, some people think that if you go there, then you're bringing that kind of energy into your world, that kind of reality into your world.
You are taking your energy to their world and giving it to them. You do not have to bring back their energy. Not unless you intend to or you do not protect yourself well enough, but the balance will be there. You can be with anyone and be balanced and not bring back the negative. You can actually make the negative brighter. Cut through it. But if you see something that it comes through into the eyes that is very negative and disturbing, is that what they mean? Perhaps that vision is purified in the spirit and becomes a greater compassion for the world. Do not let it turn you dark, but turn it light and make it something of a passion to help those that have experienced that darkness, a passion that will help bring a light to that darkness, an experience that will make you not afraid of the darkness. Because I can walk into a war and see the bodies and see the destruction. But you know what else I see? I see the reason for me to be there. I see the spirit needs to work here. I see the light needs to penetrate here. I am not concentrated on what my eyes are perceiving, but what my heart is perceiving for that area. What my life needs to do to help with this situation. I do not let this overcome this. I let this overcome this. Do you understand?
Yes, yes.
I believe everything
Yeah.
is divinely orchestrated.
Yes. You must be
Everything is a what?
If you would like the divine to be orchestrated, you must conduct it. Because your version of spirit is different than any others. And as you conduct your orchestra of spirituality, build it into a beautiful harmony and notes that fit together well. If you build discordance in the notes as a thing of beauty, then those things of discordance will eventually be known as beautiful and come together in a greater harmony than you have imagined before. Do you understand? Because there are many notes in an orchestra, many instruments, and that's what you are. You are all many instruments in that orchestra. Conduct your own orchestra. You are.
Thank you for that explanation, Tekkrr. I had been wondering about that since, different
It
people
is my heart to tell you at this time that this is the perception that you must carry with you. You must see the negative, but not as something that affects you in the sense that it makes you negative, but in the sense that it touches you in your heart, your compassion. You're willing to give to that dark energy something lighter. Give out something to it. Do not become part of it. Make it part of you. In the sense that you are overcoming it. And that it is sensing that you are not turning dark. And you are not hopeless. And you are not saying, I'm sorry, there's nothing I can do for you. I've never heard some of you say there's nothing I can do for you. I have never heard some of you say, I'm sorry, there is nothing I can do. There is always, even if it's just giving of your prayers and light and understanding, never, ever say, there's nothing I can do for you. There's never a time for that. There is never a time for that. Because you can always do something. There is always something that you can do. Even if it's the smallest thing, it is something you can do. And never say that to anyone. Never say that to anyone.
Yes.
Because you will know what? It will come back and someone will say it to you and you will understand why you should never say it to anyone.
Yeah, because I think this is also all about us, with the ascension, us making, bringing the light within us and turning around and giving a hand to the other person that needs it.
Yes. And you've brought me into a spiritual conversation where I'm very animated because it means much to me.
Yes.
But I would like to share that the darkness on your planet is weaker than any of you. Do you understand that? The energy and positivity within you is greater than any negative energy that you will encounter. And you may not believe that, but you will in time.
Yeah, I have to say at
Darkness
times.
is weak. All you have to do is shine a light into the darkness, what happens? The darkness disappears. It opens up with the light. It is weak. It does not fight against the light. It does not fight your beam of light. It cannot. Light overcomes darkness. That is all there is to it.
Simple as that.
Okay. Thank you. Tekkrr, I will let Pegasus ask this question now.
Good.
Hello, Tekkrr. How are you?
Greetings, Nitrous Pegasus.
I had 4 questions if I'm allowed to ask for. My first one is, earlier this week, a being came into my room and I awoke, and this being was touching my neck, and I held it. Then the being was gone sometime after. Drawing, if you could tell me who the being was and why it was there.
It was wanting to understand your mentality about otherworldly creatures. You have a great hunger to understand those that are not like yourself. And so you will have many of these kind of visitations because they are curious why you feel this way. So they were reading some parts of your brain that were more dedicated to that kind of thought. And it was actually a cousin of the Sirians, which I have not noticed that they have been in this Earth area very long, or at all sometimes. But so someone was understanding what you were feeling.
Okay. My second question, is Girk Fitneer helping the canine race that is wanting to do site-to-site with us?
We cannot help them do site-to-site. That would be against our agreement with your Earth politicians. However, we are not stopping them. Your planet may want to, because they're doing it from a distance. They have not done much yet. We have had some discussions, and if they are discovered, then we will be blamed. And so they do not want that to happen. So they must do things in a much more deceptive way, and we are not encouraging that.
My third question is, you mentioned that I have Lyran traits. What exactly are the traits of a Lyran?
The traits of the Lyran, well, higher degree of communication, a higher curiosity level in your case, a better communication skill set, which yours has improved over the last year. Also, greater density in muscle mass, things of this nature. You're finding that things are changing with you very slowly and very systematically. You are finding that you are slightly a little stronger. Your mind is a little clearer. Your IQ will go up just slightly. Also, that your communication skills, which you felt were very poor at first, are now getting better.
And my last question. Before I joined Girk Fitneer, I would remember most, if not all, of my experiences with extraterrestrials and being aboard craft. But ever since I joined, I haven't been remembering any experiences at all.
Interesting. That I can't answer. I do not understand that at all. But I just will pray that your experiences become greater when we get the sight to sight. Because I know that going astrally to the with such different we'll call them laws that govern us from your planet, because we are outsiders and not part of your planet, and yet we are helping your planet, but we are not actually a part of your planet. So there are many gray areas that we have to maintain a balance within our own culture, so that we don't step over and anger your people. The fact that we have to take you, and that your government does scan all those transactions, even in the spiritual realm, because the reptilians know how to do that as well. They know can sometimes cause things not to be remembered. And I believe we are learning now. We did not suspect that at first, but we are learning now that they don't want anyone to remember anything. And that's why the sight to sight is so important. They can't stop you from remembering the sight to sight. They can influence the astral. We thought the reason why you weren't remembering is because we reinsert the last memory that you had before, so that it causes less stress in your waking hours. However, lately we haven't even done that, and still no one remembers. So we are thinking that it is being tampered with. And this is another area where we feel that our freedom is not we do not have it with your governments. We are trying to do our best to help. They are letting us help with the weather. They are letting us help with the seismatic. They are letting us help with all those things that can physically harm them. However, teaching humanity about alien thought processes or ascension, that is not in their agenda. And this is very sad, because they did not even talk to us or tell us that they were going to try to come in to interfere with that portion of our agenda, which is a positive agenda and not a negative agenda. So we are working on that now to see if we can find a way around this. But it just came to us just recently through another source, because it's undetectable by any of our technology what they are doing, because it is just a simple wave. It is a simple, very not even powerful wave, but it deactivates human thoughts and memories. Very simple. You come back to you come back to where you are, and you don't remember.
I had
one or two or three small things. If it is imprinted deep enough, you will remember. But if it's not, you will not.
I had one more question about that, then I'll pass the mic. Why speak to them? Why interact with them? Why make deals with them in the first place if they'll just try to stop it?
Because it is only proper to deal with the earth on their own terms. I mean, deal with your governments, because we are not part of your world. We are not people who have jurisdiction over you. We are not people that govern your world. So we must speak to the governments of the world in order for us to have a proper conscience about the actual dealings with your world. And I know we feel no bad conscience about the way that we've done things. We feel no bad conscience about how we are dealing with all these situations. However, they do not deal with us like-mindedly. But we must maintain an outer action because it is not our time to come into your world and be part of it. And so, to ignore them would to be very rude and cause war. They will see it as a warlike thing if we just stepped in. So, unfortunately, because of the temperamental nature of your governments, we must do things the way we do them. We cannot just step on Earth and say, yes, we're here right now, because we would only be there for a few moments. And then we would be sent into eternity back to the Oversoul. It is sad. However, and it wouldn't just be the government that would do that. There are many that are not ready for us. But your government speaks more for many of your people. One moment. Your government speaks more for the people who do not believe in aliens or extraterrestrials or any supernatural force than you do. And you have rights as well. But there are many more that have you outnumbered at this point. Continue.
I have no more questions.
Very
Okay.
It's me. Yeah. Hello?
Hello. Who am I speaking to?
Yeah. This is Noha.
Ah, Noha. How are you?
Hello, Tekkrr. I miss you. A long time no see, no hear. Been so long. My
I
question
have
for
spoken
today.
to you, but you haven't heard me. You have been in a very third-dimensional existence recently. And it is all right. It needs to be that way for the moment. But you will hear from me again. I am around you. I have
Great.
spoken to you, but you did not hear me.
Make an attempt for me to hear you then.
I
Please.
did.
Okay, recently I had an attempt of channeling and I felt the bliss of that sensation.
Yes.
And I knew it was coming and I don't know how it stopped. Could you help me in that sense or can you tap on it?
Yes. You were feeling much elation when just beforehand. Is that correct?
I thought I was attempting to it, you know? I don't know what happened.
Yes.
I was so excited about it and so blissful at the same time.
Yes, you were blissful and excited, but when the moment came to channel, you did not open your mouth and speak.
I had no one with me, you know, I was alone.
There was someone with you, however, and you felt that the bliss in all of those things. However, you did not feel comfortable just starting to speak.
Yeah.
No one was there to tell you to start to speak.
Exactly. I thought I was going to hear something in my head or something, you know, because an
Sometimes
entity.
it's just the very beginning when you can just start to say, I'm here, and
Okay,
they will
great,
be there.
great, great. So I'll try again because an entity was helping me, I thought, and I felt
Yes.
the sensation.
Do not say try, just do.
Okay, I won't say try anymore. Anyways.
Just do, because you are ready to do.
Great, thank you.
And when you say try, that says that there will be an effort on your part, and there
I
is none.
understand. I know. I said it by mistake. Sorry about that.
No effort on your part. No.
Oh, yes. Tekkrr, I was asking for 2 more children, a son and a daughter. I hope they're twins, and the names are ready from my side. What's happening on your side?
You make
I
me
adore
laugh.
you. I adore you. You know, I want to hug you.
You make me want to hug you as well. Wanting
Thank you.
your twin children, do you want boys or girls?
1 girl, 1 boy. 1 girl and a boy.
Oh, fraternal twins. Lovely.
Okay.
Yes.
Are they there?
We have heard of that you wanted that. They are being prepared.
Shall I give you the names now?
If you would like.
Okay, the guy is Arjun.
Arjun?
Arjun. And the
Could you
girl?
spell that for me?
Arjune.
Arjun.
Okay, the boy. And the girl, Anamika.
Ananika.
Anamika with an M.
Anamika.
Yes.
Hirakakasha. Anamika Yakashata. Arjunu Katmuntiaha. Untakwa Karatash. Nyepotwa.
Could you tell me about my other children? What happened to them? How are they doing? Are they interacting with me astrically?
They are. But right now you've been very third dimensional in the last couple weeks. But yes, you are stressing for the fourth dimensional and to improve yourself, but there are many things that come and interfere with that.
True.
But that is all right. That is fine. You will get to be where you are going. And
Okay,
they
great.
will, yes, and you will hear them interact.
Great. I want to see them with my third eye. And I'm trying to work. Oh, not again. I'm working on it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Greetings and blessings.
One moment, please. Yes.
I have several questions to ask you.
Yes.
In March of 2013, I was talking to a friend out in front of my house, and I looked up, I saw something in the sky.
Yes.
Is that a ship?
Yes.
Is it like a mothership? Because it didn't seem like the whole park was under the cloud.
Yes. It was not a mothership, but it was a large ship.
It was
And that was, one moment, that was a Pleiadian ship.
and then my daughter Femza.
Yes.
Is there a way possible that I can give her a gift?
Yes. What would you like to give her?
I'd like to give her a heart-shaped that pink stone called
Rose quartz?
Yes.
A heart-shaped rose quartz.
Yes.
It will be done.
Okay, thank you. Then I have a couple more.
Yes.
Any information regarding my growth or my still visitations to the colonies?
You have been to the colonies 10 days ago. Okay. And now you have another scheduled appointment in a different colony this time at the end of April, the 23rd.
And then Jim and I have been talking about adding some DNA to me.
Yes.
And I can't remember which race, but he said it would be compatible with my Yahyel.
Yes, it would be Lyran. We decided.
Can I ask one more question?
Yes.
Many, many years ago, I was living in Fremont with my ex-husband.
Yes.
He was on the road as a trucker.
Yes.
I had many visitations, but one visitation I woke up and I was sitting on the edge of my bed.
Yes.
And I heard somebody say, "Do not open your eyes."
Correct.
I must have freaked out because the next thing I know, I was in bed in a fetal position. Somebody's rubbing my arm.
Yes.
And what? Who was that?
That was a relative of yours.
Oh, okay.
And they did not want you to see them because it would have been an emotional shock at that time. So they did want to comfort you, and they did want you to know that you had someone there protecting you. So because also they wanted you to know that your husband was feeling lonely and he had sent those thoughts.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Yaraka. Sankyaka. Continue.
Stephen.
Kuawashwa. Kuakasha Watson. Yanken Sukatawaha. Eria Hompo to Shuti. Tutriadakawa. Yanga. Katata.
Hello.
It is time for me to go, probably. Who is there?
We'll do Stephen.
Hello, Tekkrr. How are you?
I'm fine, Stephen.
It's been a little bit since I got to talk with you.
Yes. I miss our times together.
Yes, definitely. I just had a couple questions. The one time when you fully remember when you fully connected with me on my body, I was wondering what abilities or accessibilities, like, are you able to go into like my past of like my when I was younger and stuff? And I mean, I'm just trying to figure out, like, I just that's my curiosity is what or at least one part.
I can stretch back into your past through your chakras at certain times. I am much better with the heart chakra and the third eye chakra than the others because they are less viable at some point, especially the root chakra, which is ancient, ancient lives. The more recent lives have more heart and more mind.
Thank you for that. If you when you did look into my third eye and my heart chakra, did you go into any past lives that were like recent, or could you maybe uh, give me some information that would pertain to like my previous life? So I remember Maitreya. I talked to Maitreya not too a while back ago, and I had a conversation with that entity, and he told me that I had a life in the Civil War, and if I was
Civil War. Yes, you did. This is true. What would you like to know about it? Do you want? I'm puzzled what you would want to know about that. Did you want to know about the war part or before that?
I just wanted to, I didn't really want to know a lot about it. I just wanted to know what you saw or whatever in my
I
chakra.
see many things actually. Before the war broke out, you were married. You were in the South, in Georgia. You actually had some ownership of land from your father, but he was still alive and he was not giving it all to you yet. But you went off to war. You were married. You had one child. It was a young girl. She was about 6 when you left for war, and you died in the war.
Was that a dream I had where I actually died, or I got hurt in my dream where I was in like a wooded forested area and I come up on this hut and I open the door and this like Japanese or Chinese dude slashed me on my belly,
No.
and then that's when I kind of feel like I died.
No, that is not the war that I am speaking of. The Civil War had no Japanese people. But you were shot and killed at just south of Gettysburg.
Okay, cool, good to know. Thank you. When it comes to my I was just wondering how my kid is doing, Steven, and just want to say hello to him.
He is doing well. He has your inquisitive nature and playfulness.
All right, thank you. Also, do you know what I had a dream, or actually, right before I was falling asleep, I was still in the awake state, and on the fan, there's this cat. There's this cat that was running in circles around one of the blades, and it kept going around, and I actually physically saw him because I was dozing. I was like right before I was dozing off. I opened my eyes and I looked up to the fan, and I saw this cat. And at first it kind of scared me. I said, "Go away, go away." But then immediately after that, it's like, "Come back, come back." But then it started phasing out of my 3D perception, and then it disappeared, and I didn't see it no more. But then after that, I was like, "Man, I wanted it to come back." But at first I was scared because there's a cat like running crazy like around the fan blade. I just wondered if it has some information there.
It was a psychic thought. There is, you have some psychic ability that comes out when you're right at the point of sleep, just before going right under. And so that was, you saw a being playing in your fan. It was not a cat, really, but it may look like one. But it was actually playing with the blades. Yes, it was having fun.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
It was actually a pet of one of the aliens that is around you.
Yes, yes, I had a dream about a ship that came and landed with a dog. And it was kind of like a weird ship, and it landed on a dog, and this black dog came, and I visited with him like I knew him really well.
Yeah.
And he went off into the ship and left. Is that
Yeah.
kind of like that?
You seem to attract the more animal-like creatures. That is all. Not that they are less intelligent. They just like that you like animals.
Yes, I do, very much. I like all animals. And I would wish if you could send a message to all energies on this earth, all physical beings, the spider species, the little hedgehog-looking species in the north area, and the North Pole that has been talked about, and all the other. I would love to meet physically with all these beings, of course, as long as they're not harmful or honor my free will. But if you could send that information, because I would love to meet with all of these the physical beings here on here. And just one more question. On my my DNA, has any of it risen or any been raised or activated?
You mean, has it been activated?
Yes.
Yes. You're completely activated at this point with the DNA that was put in. I see nothing on the charts that say that any action is being taken place at this time. Wow. What a time.
Okay,
I must go now, though. I will speak to you again. Yahuwah Shunduama.
Thank you, Tekkrr.
Many thanks and much love. It is time for me to go.
Thank you, Tekkrr.
Yarako Shun. Namaste to all of you.
Namaste.
I understand, yes. Oh, question. Yahuwah. Keep my words of light within your heart. I know that sometimes it is difficult to be able to bring forth that light out of you to cover the darkness that you see or feel. But it is there as a comfort to you, as light workers, as ascending people, humans. You are much more powerful than you actually believe that you are. And it is time for you to know that. It is time for you to be aware that your energy is almost endless because you are not working alone. If you run out of energy within yourself, you draw energy in from those around you and from those helping you, especially if you speak those words out loud that you need help. It is right there. It is right there. It is immediate, it is strong, it is palpable. At least it will be. In your near future, you will be able to understand that even in the darkest moments, when you are feeling that nothing can be done, something is happening. You are either turning into light, you may be leaving this lifetime, but never is there nothing happening within you. Never is there nothing happening within you. Never is there nothing happening within you. Energy and light constantly moving, constantly part of your vibration of who you are. It never stops moving, never stops growing, even if it's growing just a wee bit. Of course, it can go the other direction, you can go backwards, but you're still moving. So let it go forward. It's like watching a plant grow. You don't see it growing, but yet the next day it looks different, and the next day it looks different, and the next day it looks different, does it not? Did it stop growing because you didn't see it growing?
No.
No. No. No. Bless you, my people, my friends.
Thank you.
Blessings to you, Tekkrr. Thanks.
Love you,
Thanks.
Tekkrr.
Thank you. We love you.
Love you.
See you soon, Tekkrr. Much love.
Hello.
Hello, Jim. Welcome back.
Hello,
Oh,
Jim.
thank you. Hello. Hi. Hi. Ooh, that was
Jim.
long.
Yeah.
Was
Well,
it? I
yeah,
didn't feel
Lots of
long.
questions.
yeah, there
No.
were lots of questions, and we started a little bit later. So
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, we did start late. Probably.
yeah.
Jim, I need to ask you a
Everybody
question, Jim.
okay? Anybody need a drink or anything?
Hello, Jim.
Hey, how are you?
Hi, this is Noha. I need to ask you a question. When you're channeling and you're behind your body, I need you to explain to me, how do you see your astral body? How do you see yourself in a spiritual form?
Actually, they're helping me to become a little bit more present, a little by little. But I get pushed away, and sometimes it's like I'm hanging in a waiting room a little bit. It's like when's the doctor coming or whatever. So, but I can hear what's going on behind. It's like in the waiting room, but the people in the other room are talking really loud, and you can hear it all. Pretty much every now and then you hear what they're saying and stuff, and so you're going, oh, that's interesting.
How do you see
So,
yourself? This is my question. How do you see yourself as a spirit?
how do I see myself? Oh, I'm
Yeah.
beautiful.
Beautiful question, huh? Love that.
Yeah, actually, when you see yourself as a spirit, there you just feel beautiful. I don't know if I look beautiful, but I feel beautiful. I feel really, really like perfect.
Yeah. The ones who are channeling are feeling like this blissful state. I felt it like anything, and I want to grab it, and it just flew out of me.
Yeah,
I
it's a
envy
wonderful
that.
feeling. It really is.
It is. It's a
Letting yourself
shower.
over to channeling with the beings that come to me are just, it's just really, they have such a sense of who I am and such a sense of what they want to say through me. That's,
You know, what's his name? Cryan says it's a shower of love, and I felt that shower. Beautiful shower. Goodness
oh,
me.
and Tekkrr is a love bug. She may have a lot of sound low and all that. She sounds like a man, but she's really just a love bug. So
That's funny.
I don't know, Lion. What do you say?
she gets nervous around Tekkrr. Most people want to hug Tekkrr. Huh?
Yeah.
Um,
Start to cry.
many people cry around Tekkrr. It's really strange, but Tekkrr has a huge effect upon many women. She's when she talks personally to a woman online or in person, when there's no one else around, they just sometimes fall apart.
They cry too.
A lot of crying.
Yeah.
It's releasing. She pulls right out of them the emotions that they need to release. And
Maybe it has something to do with what she said.
today? Oh, wow.
Maybe it's physical.
I know.
Energy's going through me.
I don't know.
Well, I have a question for anybody. During this whole session, I kept hearing a high frequency sound. I thought it
Can you raise your voice? We can't hear you.
Hi.
Can you come closer to the microphone? They can't hear.
Oh, is that what it is?
No, that was a bing.
But I did hear a high pitch frequency as
As
well.
soon as you start putting it near your ear.
Yeah, your hair. But I took it out and I heard it again. It was sitting on the table.
Right.
I heard that very high come through.
She was hearing a high frequency pitch come through even when she wasn't wearing her hearing aid. So
Right, there is a bell. It just went off again.
Oh, that was me.
Oh.
My phone was on. Fortunately, nobody called.
Oh,
But
okay.
then I did get several texts, and then when I get a text, it goes ding.
Okay.
But
Jim?
There's God calling.
God called. An angel got its wings.
Jim?
But
Well,
yeah,
Slava
there
couldn't
was
talk
another
to
high
her.
frequency pitch though.
Yeah.
Huh?
Jim, don't tell us this is the end
Slava
of
couldn't
the...
talk. Slava couldn't talk with Tekkrr.
No, there was my texts to him are being blocked. Everything to Slava is being blocked from me. And even trying to talk to Tekkrr, I think he was blocked.
Yeah, that
She
was
was
really
saying to
odd.
me, "What is the blockage?" And I'm going, "It's not me," you know. But someone is keeping him from talking directly. He must have something. They must have something important to say to him. So we'll see what that is. Because we'll
Jim?
get through. We'll get through.
Jim?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't tell us this is the end of the webinar.
What?
Don't tell us
Yes.
this is the end of the webinar. Not enough! Not enough! No way!
Not enough. Not enough. Not enough. Well, we didn't. We only had one person today. We
No,
only
we
had
need more.
Tekkrr.
Come on.
Oh,
We had
and Grindle. Somebody said
Grind-
Grindle came through.
Yeah, for a little bit,
Casey.
Grindel. Yeah.
For Casey. For Casey. Yes.
Yes.
That was
Yes.
interesting, wasn't it?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
We
need one more.
Okay.
There was a
Which one more?
strong energy with her. I remember.
Oh, totally.
Did you feel it?
Oh yeah, I have to email her.
She's
amazing.
Her energy was like whoosh.
Uh-huh.
She came right out. It was whoosh. There was a very high alien energy in her. A very high energy alien energy.
How about Lakesh?
Okay.
How about Lakesh? Never came
So,
The cash didn't come because everybody was asking questions, so Tekkrr kept answering. Sometimes you have to change. If you want to change who's here, you have to really say something about that because otherwise they'll just stay and answer questions. I don't have any control of that, but you do because you're outside there.
but
So if you say, "Oh,
everybody
Tekkrr,
wanted
can we talk to
Tekkrr.
somebody else?" She'll go, "Sure." So.
We need
No,
more.
I think everybody wanted to talk to Tekkrr today, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, I think
more
that
energy.
was. I think
Need
that
more
was my choice.
Yeah.
So yeah, so it is getting late right now. I can't. It's a little late now, so I think we should bring it to an end. Although I would love to continue. I'm not tired or anything, so I'd like to continue, but it's already going on. It's already 12:15.
Oh, shoot.
I know. Sorry about that. But people have places to go and things to do and all that stuff. So, and I do too. So, Sabrina, anybody else want to lead in prayer? Hyan, Brian, anyone?
Yes.
Anybody else? Mary?
Yes.
Yes.
Ina, Sarah? There's so many of you that can give a great prayer. So
Can I do a little bit?
I will start
yes,
with Mary. Mary will.
Yep. And anybody here in the room?
Will?
Will, you want to do any
Oh,
praying?
Kushi. Ihialana. Ola bakata. Ara anakushia ladatore. Wahana nanapo. Oliana darana okushia lananapo. Taraskana taturiana. Oholiana alaboye. Diana kuturi. Alana ohoshi yamakutia. Yamakutia nabo ohoriana. Po ala kutuniana. Ora.
Lovely. With great light comes great responsibility. With the brightness of the light comes much wisdom. With the brightness of the light in within and without comes responsibility to all things. The continuation of light is a message that it cannot be put out. And the greatness of your light within you is shining bright right now. And let it move forward. And let it overcome that which must be overcome.
Sarah?
Okay.
Thank you so much, Jane.
You're welcome.
That is my thought pattern.
That's what?
That's my thought pattern.
Oh,
Pattern of my thought. Thank you so much.
you're welcome.
I have a special request.
Yes.
The Hathors and the Nagas want to come through, if that's possible.
If that's possible for you.
Yes, it is.
All right, go
All right.
ahead.
I'll start with the Hathors.
Do not forget that when the light has come, it is accompanied by wisdom and courage and strength of character. You will be able to do things that at one time you might not have thought were part of your personality, but are part of your inner soul, your great light and perfect self. Do not forget that when the light comes, you will be bright, and that people will be looking for guidance. People will be looking for light when their lights are low, to be shown some wisdom and some guidance. And it is up to you to be part of that with everything that you do and say, and everything that you live. Not to say that you must be a saint, but you will be.
Thank you. And now for the Nagas.
Many of you are able to see the light in the sky. Many of you are able to know when darkness comes. We are able to bring the light out of the trees, out of the earth, out of the plants, and be able to see the light in our own souls, because we look there for freedom. We can bring the light out of the darkness because we know it is there. We can bring Mother Earth light out if you would let us, for we have brought it out on our own planet's soil, and we have shown it to those all around, the sparkling of the sand and the stones and those pebbles that are breathing in the atmosphere of existence that you do not even know or are aware of. And yet, the joy of all this light cannot compare to the Spirit in brightness, for the Spirit brings the brightness into your dullness and brings the Spirit into your times of need, into your times that may not seem so bright. But let the light shine, and try to see it in all things, because it is there.
Namaste. Thank you.
Shohotohotoanaha, Tiyoshioroaha, Ta Shionaha, Torohotoaha, Ta Skuoronoro, Tiyu Otu, Skuahatoaha, Tanu Sukutu, Oluonu Skuoruanaha Tiyoshiki, Kiona Aru Onu Kutoto, Shanaka Atu. Oto sha tiu hototo. Hanua shi kyo kua tatuata. Anu shionuaka. Tiu tolua tanioku. Hotua shi kiana ku. O shatakuaha. Ni otuofu. Ta sanoru totu. Ontua hati shiki iu onutu ta swahatua tanasha tiaka tunoku shioku ha tatuota iya hatuaka no tu shi kia atatu o swa anakwataka.
We teach our children about the lights and the different colors that are broken the light down into. We change the colors in their rooms every day so that they will learn the effects of the different colored lights upon their bodies, minds, and spirits, on their health and their goodwill. We can tell them and teach them daily about the lights in their chakras, how they are bright, and how we can stimulate them to bring them into greater fullness. And we would love to teach you as well about the lights and the colors and the fulfillingness of these different brightnesses that can come into your spirit, your heart, your mind, and your understanding, so that you will know that if you need green for today, that green is available. If you need red for today, or orange, or yellow, or whatever color it may be. You may have it, and it is brought to you by your own light, breaking down into its basic color scheme. Now, we understand that you do not know how to do this within yourselves, but start to look at the colors and feel them and bring them into your understanding and learn how they can help you with your daily life and with your daily love and your strength of being, with your courage and also with your health.
Thank you, Jim.
You're welcome.
Namaste to all. Blessings for everybody.
All right. Have a great day, everybody.
Thank you, everybody.
Much
Bye
love.
bye. Much love.
Thank you for your time, Jim.
Yes, thank you,
Oh,
everybody.
you're welcome.
Love you.
Love you.
Love you.
Love you too.